The main goal of ACC really is to be the connector and to provide the right types of connections to K-12, to university partners, to the workforce, to make sure that students have the right information at the right time to get to the right place.
The Gates Foundation has a great study which says if you reach age 26 and you don't have a post-secondary certificate or degree, your chances of escaping poverty are pretty nil.
That's what we're doing with ACC, is giving people that thought they didn't have a chance, not just a chance, but a real restart in life.
Community colleges in general, and specifically ACC, really serve an important role in having an academic institution that is still accessible.
And unfortunately in our country, we've been seeing a growing divide between the rich and the poor. And the divide is bridged by education.
But yeah, I just really wanted to be able to support my kids better. And I knew that what I was currently doing wasn't going to be it.
It's been hard. As a single mom, it has been really hard, trying to go to school. But that's the benefit about ACC, is that they work with your schedule. There's so much available.
I went through what they call the VRAP program, which is the Veterans Assistance Program.
Life happens to a lot of people when they get into education, and maybe they can't pay their rent or they don't have a babysitter or something. And so the wraparound services and some of the advising that we can't provide, we can have provided to them through partnerships with people such as Capital Idea.
Capital Idea partners with ACC to get adult students into good paying careers, working poor adult students. And so we do the support of people through the life problems. ACC faculty get them through what they need to learn. And it's a good partnership because that way ACC can teach people and leave the life problems to us.
It gives the younger people, or the people who are not as fortunate to be able to afford, to go to school, or don't even know where to go for these resources. When they come to Austin Community College or when they go to Capital Idea, those things are given to them, those things are provided and explained in detail.
We're taking people that were earning, on average, $14,000 a year, and they're starting at an average of $42,000 a year. So you're taking people that needed taxpayer support in lots of ways before, and suddenly they're paying pretty good taxes themselves.
What we really take a look at is making sure that we have great partnership with our K-12 brothers and sisters. About 5,000 students are in high school taking dual credit classes with ACC. And that's important because many of those students are first generation, low-income students, and it provides an early pathway, one of the most accessible pathways for students in the future.
The thing that makes early college high school so different is that even though students are starting to do college work at a very young age, they have a very strong support system.
So it's a great way for kids to get ahead and basically cut costs down for their parents and get some college hours, because as you know, everybody, no matter who they are, where they come from, when they go into college, they each have to take their basic introductory classes. So that's what we're doing right now, is getting that bunk out the way, so when we graduate, we can already go in as juniors starting to work on our majors.
Coming here and being in this program shows me how important my choices are in my education and how it affects me in the long run.
If we're being pushed to a certain extent by our parents or adults that's higher than what we thought we could do, then you get that sense of achievement where it's like, well, I did that and I feel good about it, so I think I'm going to do it again, see if I can do better the next time.
By accelerating them, a lot of times students who maybe felt like they needed to go to work right after high school for financial reasons or others, now they've gotten this far, they see the benefit financially of going ahead and completing the next step and the next step. And so it almost becomes like a stair-stepper that, once you get this far, you can see it's a little easier to go further, and it's a little easier to go further, and that path just becomes much, much easier, whereas at the beginning it may have seemed daunting.
With the University of Texas at Austin, we're doing the PACE program. PACE program is a co-enrollment program. And so students actually are students at both UT Austin and ACC at the same time.
They have the benefit of a small classroom here at ACC, teaching faculty here at ACC, and at the same time they have the experience of the university. So they have both experiences at the same time.
It's so exciting. Here in Central Texas, we access a grant called the Skills Development Fund Grant. It's through the Texas Workforce Commission, and it provides us funds to train existing employees at all kinds of companies in this area.
We have program advisory committees, great partnerships with companies throughout, in career, especially in career and technical fields, so that they tell us on an annual basis where we need to make some modifications to our programs to make sure that it's keeping up with the skill sets necessary for that specific business or industry.
Plus, when companies grow and expand, other companies from within the same cluster tend to move in, like IT and semiconductors and manufacturing. And so it's kind of like it builds on each other. It really helps the region, it helps the state, and it helps the people, because it provides great jobs with great pay.
You know, ACC is the provider of the skilled workforce for Central Texas.
Austin Community College is an open door institution. We take you where you are. We help you to define who you want to be, where you want to go, and so we work with you to get there.
At the end, when you're done and you graduate, you feel so, I mean, the feeling is just overwhelming. It's amazing.
So it makes me feel like I'm prepared for the big next step of my life and what I'll decide to do next.
This really is a stepping stone to a wonderful, successful, prosperous life.
We have people tell us, yeah, the career's great, yeah, the money's great, but I feel worthy.
It's like, wow, you did it, you made it. 4 kids, single mom, living on your own. I mean, it's just like, wow, how did you do that? And that's really what people tell me all the time. Wow, how do you do that? It's with the support around me. That's how I do it.